that just really rubbed me the wrong way and just really annoyed me really badly. I just said really for like 5 times in one sentence. That's a lot of blush, I'm sorry. Who am I apologising to? I don't know. Hi and welcome back to my booktube channel, Books with Leo, and today I'm going to be doing the books and makeup tag. Or makeup and books tag. I've just finished filming this video and I'm now filming the outro. Oh no, intro. This is the intro. Hi, this is the intro. Hi. My plan was to make it spooky, so like I'm doing a little bit of a spooky makeup, like not super spooky, but like a little bit spooky. And I also wanted to give you like spooky bookish answers, but I couldn't really do that, so I did as well as I could. And I also forgot midway through filming that I was going to make it spooky. But that's on me, so I'm sorry. I was tagged by Nicole, so I will leave her video linked down below. Thank you so much, Nicole, for tagging me. I really enjoyed doing this tag, but you still have to see it, so yeah, let's get into doing my makeup. Okay, it feels very weird to be starting this video without an intro, but I know that I'll film the intro as soon as I've done this, as soon as I've done my actual makeup. Okay, so the thing we're going to start with is primer. And I know the question for this one by heart actually from watching so many of these tags. And that question is to talk about a book that left a lasting impression on you. So I know I said I'd try to make this as spooky as possible and not just with the makeup. But I do really want to talk about Evelyn Hugo because I realised I haven't actually talked about The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid that much on this channel, which is crazy to me. So I'm going with that book, but I'm also showing you guys what primer I use, and this is Nivea Essentials. I think this is a Dutch brand, but I'm not 100% sure. I literally bought this today at the supermarket because I ran out of primer, so it's just a day cream. I'm just going to be putting it all over my face, basically. Oh wait, I need my hairband. Where's my hairband? The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. The book is right here behind me, but I'm not going to grab it because I'm busy with my makeup. Oh, this is a very thick cream. Whoa. So the primer I had before this one was not thick at all, and this feels very thick. My skin is quite oily already, so don't know how well this is going to go, but I hope well. I mean, it said on the packaging for all skin types, so. 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Look, I already did my primer and I still have to talk about the book. I'm not sure if that's like normal, if like more people have that when they're doing this tag. It's a story about a woman named Evelyn Hugo, and she's basically like a very famous movie star, like a fictional one. And she's telling her life story to this starting out journalist called Monique, and it's like, why is she telling it to Monique? Nobody knows of Monique, nobody's ever heard of Monique, but Monique is like sort of the main character next to Evelyn because you read Evelyn's life story throughout her telling her it to Monique. And so she's had 7 husbands, but she's only had one big love, and that love story is just one of the most beautiful ones I've ever read. And it's just, it's heartwarming, it's heartbreaking, it's always making me cry. And Evelyn Hugo is also like an amazing character, so good. And I think this book mostly left a lasting impression on me because it really sort of showed me that there's so many different types of relationships and of experiencing love, and that they're all valuable. And I thought that was so cool. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Number 2 is foundation. I'm using this super cheap Essence Day 24-Hour foundation. I like Essence because they don't test on animals, and this foundation just goes really well with my skin, even though this is the cheapest foundation out there. It is so cheap. I think it's like €3, but it works really well for me. And the question is the favourite first book in a series. Oh my god, that's difficult. Let me just have a peek, because like there's so many on my shelves. Okay, I don't know if this counts, but I really love Six of Crows, and like Six of Crows is the first book in a duology at least, so like I guess that counts. I think we all know what Six of Crows is about, and if you don't, you're probably not on booktube a whole lot, which is okay. It's basically this magical world, and a gang of like outcasts, magical type outcasts, go on like a heist together. So it's like Ocean's 11 but fantasy, sort of. Or at least that's how Lipa Dugo, who wrote it, describes it. Usually I do my eye makeup before I do foundation, so this is like a whole new experience for me. Also, I wasn't sure whether I bought the right colour, because my weird ass decided to pick my foundation up during a date, and then I was like not paying attention. Please don't judge the amount of foundation that is on my face right now, it's way too much. Wait, I can't do 2 things at the same time. I don't know why I keep thinking that I can do it, and then I try and I'm just like, oh, I can't do it. Like, duh. Six of Crows is definitely one of my favourites in a series. And what else? The Morgan Crow book? I forgot what it's called. Nevermore. Nevermore is also one of my favourites in a first one of my favourite first books in a series, but I actually enjoyed the second book better, and that one's called Wondersmith, so I'm not really sure if this is like the best book to pick for this question. You have all heard me talk about the Nevermore series more on this channel because it's just one of my absolute favourites. It's a middle grade series and it's just great fun. It's so magical. It gives me Wes Anderson vibes, and I love Wes Anderson. Especially the second book really gives me big Wes Anderson, like Grand Budapest Hotel vibes, and that's just, I'm all here for it. I love it so much. It's basically about Morrigan, who's been cursed, and she's sort of a person that brings like bad luck to other people. That's her curse, and she's destined to die on her 11th birthday, but she gets kidnapped and taken off to a different world. And yeah, the story starts from there. It's really cool. The second book is like with a magical hotel and talking cats, and it's really great and I love it. I think those are my two answers. Very basic booktube answers today. I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm really not. I've got no clue if my makeup is going to turn out well, because like I usually don't do makeup with my ring light on. So this is like an experiment for all of us involved today. I'm not sure if there's going to be a finishing powder in this tag, and I do really need finishing powder. Okay, but eyebrows, I guess we're going with eyebrows. Okay, for eyebrows, the question is pick a book you think everybody should read. Now, let's stick back to the spooky theme, maybe. Do I know any spooky books I think everybody should read? I'm really not sure when I'm trying to make this tag even harder for myself. And also, where is my eyebrow brush? Oh, there it is. I don't think I actually know any spooky books I think everybody needs to read. Although, I did really enjoy Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware, which is a thriller, and it's about a nanny who goes to work in a smart house, and yeah, there's also ghosts, maybe, and the children are being really weird, and it's basically just very scary. But this, like, it's a Victorian-ish house, but it's still also a smart house, so it's very technical. Like, there's like cameras everywhere, and like, it's high tech and stuff. It's not like a book I think everybody should read, but it's definitely a book I really enjoyed, and like a book that's more like spooky. If you want to read anything spooky, I think that's really a good one. What is a book I think everybody should read? Well, Evelyn Hugo, obviously. Okay, okie doodly. I really hope I'm still in focus. I normally don't move around as much, but I just dropped like my whole setup on the floor, or like part of it. What was I talking about? Right, a book I think everybody should read. Still don't know. Oh, I know a good answer. Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. Of course, like how could I miss this? I feel like I'm talking about very popular books, but so I'm sorry if you already know all of these, but Radio Silence was my favourite book of 2019, and it's just really great. It's like a lot of themes in it are about like mental health, but also about pressure that academia and school puts on us, so I thought that was really cool, and I really enjoyed reading about that because I'm an overachiever and I always push myself way too much, and so I could really relate to this book. I feel like one eyebrow is way darker than the other one. Why? Why? This makeup might turn out so bad because I can't do two things at the same time. I hadn't even considered that. Concealer. Pick some characters you wish did not exist. Oh, that's difficult. Okay, so in Slay by Brittany Morris, I think. Not certain that's her name. Anyway, in the book Slay, oh, I can't open my concealer actually. Pick a character you wish did not exist. So I'm definitely going with this one guy in Slay. I've got no clue what he's called anymore. I don't remember him, but he was just the most awful white boy I've ever read about. It was so awful. He was so annoying. I just, ugh. Like, I guess he was like the sister of the main character's best friend. No, the brother of the main character's best friend. And I guess he sort of came around in the end, but he just annoyed me so bad. Like, he was so, like, he had so much audacity in certain situations that just really rubbed me the wrong way and just really annoyed me really badly. I just said really for like 5 times in one sentence. I was just super annoyed by this guy. Another character that I'm always super annoyed by is like the hometown love interest in love triangles. Like, for example, in The Hunger Games we have Gale, who Katniss knew from home, and in the Grishaverse trilogy we have Mal, who Alina knew from home, and then they meet like a new hot guy. That annoys me so bad that the writers feel like if they make a love triangle, there's like one guy from back home and one from like the current adventure, and that just, oh, I'm so over it. I'm so over it. Annoys me so bad. I feel like I'm talking about so many classic YA or booktube reads right now that I haven't talked about in forever, so this is really weird. So yeah, I always hate those type of characters. I wish they weren't there because it's just, they feel so unnecessary. I love how I got more passionate and then started like tapping my face more aggressively. Powder! Great, there's powder. Okay, pick your favourite last book in a series. I should have prepared this tag, but like of course I'm not prepared. So this is a finishing powder I use. It's literally white, like it's so white, but it works for my skin. A favourite book, last book in a series. Like the problem is I have not finished a lot of series because I'm not a finisher. I just don't finish series. Can't go for Six of Crows again, but it's like one of the few I've read actually, like I've finished. Okay, so I'm just gonna change this question because I can't think of any series that I've finished right now. Like I definitely have. Like don't get me wrong, it's not like I've never ever finished a series, but I just can't think of one right now I want to talk about. So I'm going to talk about a sequel. And that sequel is going to be The Mime Order, which is the second book in the Bone Season trilogy by Samantha Shannon. And I really love the Bone Season trilogy. No, it's not a trilogy. It's like a saga. It's a whole thing. I just really enjoyed that, and I really enjoy the second book. I liked it more than the first book. I just think the characters, the world, everything got a bit more fleshed out and got a bit more depth to it, and it was really good, and I enjoyed it so much. So yeah. I'm going with that one, even though it's not a proper answer to this question. I'm doing so well. Eyeshadow. Pick a book with your favourite colours on the cover. Okay, so for my eyeshadow, I want to make like a little bit of a smoky look, but not too much, because I'm going to be doing a very dark lip for this spooky look. I had to go and grab it, but I've got it now. The book with a favourite cover. This is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. First and foremost, the cover is beautiful, but also I was really intrigued by the story. And yeah, I saw it at the bookstore and I was just like, I have to get it now. And then I got it. So I think that's the answer I'm going with. And now I need to do eyeshadow. I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. This is the only expensive eyeshadow palette I have. And like, I don't have a lot of expensive makeup, even though I love makeup. You know what? We're going to start with some dark stuff. I'm in a dark mood. Oh, this might be so ugly, guys. Don't want to make it too heavy, but I also don't want it to be like too soft. This is a dark look we're trying to go for. Also, after I filmed this, I still have to go to Paul, so it can't be too outrageous. Although, like, it totally can be, actually. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so I don't even really know what A Deadly Education is about, other than that it's, like, a magic school. And I love things in boarding school settings. Like, oh, I'm such a sucker for things in boarding school settings. Like, ever since I was really young, it's just, like, a fantasy trope I enjoy so much. Like, it almost doesn't matter what the rest of the plot is. If there's a fantasy school setting, I'm so up for it. I love it. When I heard that Naomi Novik was writing a book like that, I was just so excited. Okay, I feel like this eye turned out really well and the other one didn't. I'm going to try and make it better right now. Made it worse. What's it even going up on there? Okay, so this eye is now a lot darker than that eye, so like, I guess we're going to fix that with a little bit of black. Right, it said something on the back like that there's no teachers, no holidays, friendships are purely strategic, and like it just sounded so intriguing and like sort of so like with a dark twist, and I just loved that. So I was like immediately super excited, and just like anything with gold foil on it, sign me up. Speaking of gold foil, as some of you guys may know, I have gold foil bookmarks in my web shop, and I'm going to be coming out with more gold foil bookmarks, and I'm so excited, so excited. Why does it just look like a dark mush instead of like what I want it to look like? I'm always like very critical of myself during makeup, and then when it's done I'm like, oh, I kind of love it now. Why do I feel like this eye looks so much better than that eye? I feel like makeup is also always a game of like, am I making it better or am I making it absolutely worse? And you just never know until you're finished. Okay, so I'm going to put some glitter on now. Ooh yes, so dramatic. This is supposed to be pressed glitter, but like it doesn't really work that way actually. It always ends up being absolutely everywhere, but I've accepted that because like I love glitter anyway, so I don't care that much. There's glitters all over my face! Eyeliner, pick a dark and mysterious book, and mascara, pick a long book. I'm not going to do eyeliner today, but I will pick a dark and mysterious book because like Halloween, so this is a perfect question. Right, I was trying to make this spooky, I actually forgot. Oh, I'm so chaotic today. I love how I just don't know anything and I keep looking behind me because I don't know. Dark and mysterious, dark and mysterious, dark and mysterious. Okay, I know. I'm going with Undead Girl Gang by Lily Anderson, which is one of my favourite spooky books. This is about a town in which two girls kill themselves, so trigger warning for suicide. And they're like the mean girls at the school, and then our main character's best friend dies in an accident the next week, but like a drowning. So a lot of people think that this is a suicide pact, but our main character is like, obviously, she's like, it's not, because she knew her best friend, and she wasn't even friends with those other girls, so it doesn't make sense for it to be a suicide pact. She's Wiccan, she's like a witch, so she goes ahead and does a ritual to get everybody back. And so she gets sort of these 3 zombies, and together they try and find the murderer, or like who's behind all of this. I'm just going to pat back on some foundation on my face because like there's glitters absolutely everywhere and it's a little bit too much. And since I don't know how to get them off, I'm just going to cover them. I always imagine like actual people who know stuff about makeup watching stuff like this and just being like absolutely horrified at what like people on YouTube do. Just being like, oh my god, no, that's not the way to go about that. For mascara, we were supposed to pick a long book. You all know that I'm going to go with The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I haven't really talked about this book a lot, but it was so good. I enjoyed it so much. It's like, the romance. The romance was so good. This is basically like a feminist Lord of the Rings. I don't know, it's very feminist fantasy, and it has like some stabs at like general fantasy and like how sexist it can be. There's also a great female romance in there. There's dragons. I don't know what else I need to tell you to sell this stuff, but it's so good. I loved it. It is very long though. It's not a casual Sunday read. The next thing is blush, and it says pick a book with a cringeworthy romance. I don't read a lot of romance, and the most recent romance that I've read was definitely not cringeworthy, because that was the Talia Hibbert book, Ector H, Chloe Brown, which I loved, but I did really have to get used to the sex scenes because like I have not read a lot of new adult romance books. That's a lot of blush, I'm sorry. Who am I apologising to? I don't know. I've not read a lot of new adult romance books, so like sex being in romance books is like, I love it, but I'm constantly like, oh my god, she did what? And what happened? Like, come on Leora, you're 22 years old. Okay, what is a book I know with cringeworthy romance? I don't think I actually know any, like, because I don't read a lot of romance. Right, well the selection was super cringeworthy, but I've read that a long time ago, but it's still my guilty pleasure even though it's so cringy. It's so dumb, but I love it. I really love it. I'm sorry for calling it dumb. Like, I know it means a lot to a lot of people, but it's just the plot just isn't really, like, I wanted to say it isn't great, but even like it isn't really there. It's not good. Okay, highlighter. Pick a book that brightens your day. Highlighter is one of my favourite things about doing makeup. I recently got these Revolution highlighters that are like in this separate packaging, which I love because I hate when it's like an entire palette. I don't want that. I just want to be able to bring it everywhere. And this one's kind of like a rosy colour, like a rosé kind of colour, and I love it. Love it so much. Okay, so a book that brightens my day. I love feel-good books. I want, like, if I could choose one genre, it's not really a genre, but if I could choose one thing I would be allowed to read for the rest of my life, it would be feel-good books, because I just want to feel good, basically. So an amazing feel-good book that I read recently was The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, and honestly just thinking of this book is bringing a smile to my face, because it was so feel-good. Like, there's nothing that's as feel-good as that book. Even some of my favourite feel-good films don't tip this book. Like, Elias, thank you so much for recommending me this book. It was so good. So basically, I'm also going to do a little highlight in the corner of my eye. Maybe that's technically eyeshadow, but I always do this when I do my highlighter, so I don't care. So basically this book is about a world in which there are magical creatures, and there are many orphanages across this world filled with magical children. Like, kind of similar in the way it is in Bentham Rick's books. And we follow a middle-aged man who's like a caseworker to go and check on these orphanages, but it's a very bureaucratic place that manages everything, and it makes like a lot of unfair things are happening within this bureaucracy. And yeah, this book was just so great, and it was just so lovely and so feel good, and it made me almost cry, and there was a lot of gay stuff, and it was really good. That sounded weird, like there's gay characters is what I meant to say. Yeah, I loved it so much. Actually, I'm not hating how my makeup is turning out. Wait, I actually do want to do eyeliner. I just got an idea. Lipstick, your favourite book kiss. Ooh, I don't know if I know a good answer for this. Me with every one of these questions. Let's talk about Talia Hibbert again. I really loved Actor Age Chloe Brown. I loved Chloe as a character, and I also loved Red. Like I don't know, like I can't name an actual book kiss they had like when, but I do just know that that is one of my favourite romances that I've read in a long time. It was just so lovely and so cute, and every page I was just like squealing with joy, so it's a good sign, I guess. Why do I feel like Kiss, like I'm like in the band Kiss? Did they ever do makeup like this, but like less like cutesy? Anyway, lipstick. This is the darkest lipstick I own. It's not even that dark. Another book kiss I really enjoyed is literally every kiss in Red, White and Royal Blue. I just love the main couple. Yay! Yeah, I just loved Red, White and Royal Blue, so I also love every kiss in that book. Okay, that was actually the tag, so let me just get back to you when I've done my lashes. Hi! So this is my finished makeup look. I actually really like it. I feel like such a beauty YouTuber again, it's crazy. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe even got some reading recommendations out of it. I also really hope my lashes are on right, because one got like stuck when I was with the lash curler and it was a whole drama. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I basically tag everybody that wants to be tagged. I'm not going to actually tag people because that always gives me such pressure. So I won't do that. But please feel tagged. If you want to do this tag, please do so. And yeah, thank you so much, Nicole, for tagging me. And I'll see all of you guys in my next video. Bye!